Yes, welcome to Hot Take again. We want to thank you, the people that keep on subscribing and viewing. With me here, I have my co-host Hudson Mugweri in the studio with me, and today we have a lot to unpack. We're going to talk about the Chan tournament and also the Afrobasketball in Angola, where the Silverbacks are preparing to have a game today at 2 p.m. But we're going to run through this as we welcome you, and I also want to welcome Miss Addison to the show.
Thank you very much, Emma. And it's a pleasure being here once again on the Hot Tech. Of course, we talk sports, and I know the people out there enjoy our analysis, and now we talk sports in general.
Mm. So absolutely, let's start with the big one. The last time we had the hot take, Uganda lost to Algeria 3-0. But a lot has happened in between there. There's the huge win against Guinea. Then they bounced back yesterday also with a 2-0 win against Niger. I mean, there's a lot that has changed that we're going to unpack, looking at the tactics, Mole's tactics, and the players that we really wanted to really be brought on. And there's a lot that has changed. And let me start with you as you break down the tactics. What did you make of these two encounters? Yeah.
Of course, with what we saw uh, during the what during the Algeria game,
Mm.
we expected because it so happens the coaches were summoned to the state house on Thursday when we had the game on Friday against Guinea. And with what came out, of course, wasn't the race,
Mm.
wasn't the racing
Mm.
any football fan would want to see. So afterwards, we saw different changes into the team. Watambala being the starter, Mpande being the starter as well. We saw Achai coming in. We
Mm.
saw Hilary Mukondane, one of the best defenders we have in Uganda.
Mm.
Yeah, several defenders we have in Uganda starting the game. It was generally a good game, and on top of that, we saw a big change into the leadership of the Cranes. Torach
Mm.
being now named the captain of the team,
Mm.
uh, saying Alan Okello isn't vocal enough to be the captain of the team. So they removed the armband from him and they gave it to Torach, who is our central defender, plays for Vipers as well as the Uganda Cranes.
Mm.
And with that partnership of Hilary Mukondane and Torach, one of the best central defense we've seen in the league, whereby they conceded a few goals. That's the truth. That partnership worked for them so well. So why would the coach of the Cranes make such a big blunder against what happened as a left back? It was a good decision they made, and we saw what we can do on on the pitch. Is such, of course, for Gavin, it suits to be there. Now the midfield, Watambala, Joel, and
Sewagala.
Serun Joji.
Mm. Mm.
Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. No one can even talk about it. It has worked for us for the past two games. Yes, I know yesterday, and Joel as well in the game against South Africa because he has now two yellow cards, so he's suspended against South African game. But hope we qualify and we go into the quarterfinal, into knockout stages. With that midfield we saw, it was different
Yeah.
in the Guinea game. We saw a midfield. They play as a team. They play as a whole.
Mm.
Like the guy has the ball, but two guys are coming to him to get the ball from him. You're dodging this one, but this one is in your face. It's like, you know what? You beat my guy,
Mm.
I'm here. You can't beat two guys at once. Yeah. The game reading of Hilary Mukundane was on a different level because you could even see him scream
Mm.
after like winning some balls, blocks. He
Mm.
would scream, putting the energy into the players. Guys,
Mm.
let's go. We need that 1.2 billion from the president.
Mm. Was it per game?
you know,
I be there. I try
yeah,
to
it's per game. It was
per
per game.
game.
It was per game. Yeah.
What? Oh my God. Okay.
Then
Mm.
the shock of every fan on that pitch was Regan Impande. How he
Um.
came into the team, what it did in the first game against Guinea. I was so impressed. Molebequas and Mohum was a gamble with that, but
Mm.
it worked for them so well.
It worked. Because they had options.
Regan
They
and
would have
Pandi
started
delivered.
Yunus
Yeah,
or Ivan.
yeah.
But just to
Ivan,
have the
even
trust,
yeah.
yeah, to have the trust for Pande. Even the second game of
Mm,
Guinea, they gave him, he delivered. The game against Niger,
true.
I've not seen a
Yeah.
well groomed center forward in terms of in terms of his run, holding up play, linking up with Alan Okello,
Mm.
1-2s in the midfield. He was doing quite a lot in the front there. A true exception of a
Even
striker, yeah.
even yeah. Even the goal Jefferson just scored against Niger yesterday. We saw how he took the run, he crossed the ball, then Alan Okello got the ball,
Ball,
he turned, gave an assist to Joel Sarunjoji, and Joel
just
Sarunjoji finished the goal like peacefully.
yeah,
He's like, you know what, we got this.
yeah.
So it says a lot from such a player. People are complaining about Jude Mugabe. I'm like, you need that experience on the team. You need that kind of player on the team who will put pressure on the defenders. Yes, he won't give you 100% because Jude is not the Jude we saw from last season, how he was last season to this, to how he is right now. There's a big difference. But there's a way he puts the defenders under pressure. What next? We end up winning balls because the defenders rush to kick the balls away from their half to our half. What next? We're winning those balls. Yeah. And it's working for us.
How about the
Now,
defense
the boys
balance?
have picked up that. Yeah, they've gotten their identity. They're like, you know what? Control the ball, either put in the midfield or up front as a team. That's Ugandans football is hold so well to the ball, then counter attack.
Yeah, we especially in Nambole, that was his counter-attacking football.
You're
Mm,
tic tac. You're not a team which
mm.
even Senegal themselves they don't play tic tac football sometimes. Yeah,
You have
let's
speed,
put
yeah.
the balls up front, and the
Mm,
other guys will deliver. So
absolutely.
generally speaking, it has the two games were good. The coaches have delivered. I think that someone did something so interesting. We saw big changes into the team. We saw the energy has changed. The level at which we're playing football has also changed, which is something, and the fans are happy about because yesterday Nambola was back to capacity after what happened on Friday. They were like, you know,
Yeah,
let's go support the
yeah.
team again, and it was back to capacity. And the fans were so impressed. The fans were happy. They left the pitch happy fans, not
Yeah.
sad fans, but happy fans. Yeah. So again, in South Africa,
Le-
let's hope for the best from the Cranes.
we have as we play against South Africa, we might, by the time we play South Africa on Monday, we might by the time we play that game, we might be third on the log. If South Africa wins this game and Algeria also win their respectful games. So it's a still a tight group. That means we have to just win against South Africa. So that we know Mukbabu Kubye Waka.
True,
Yeah, we have to just win against South Africa. Let me first read for you some stats from that game. This is interesting. Habat Achai made 16 final third entries against Guinea, the most by a Ugandan player. And you talked about Habat Achai balancing the left wing.
wow.
Yeah, the most by any Ugandan player. Then there's it was the first back-to-back win by Uganda in NHN competition.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Then also Mutakuba got his first clean sheet for Uganda. I mean, we look like we're flying. Our goal difference is okay. We have two. We just have to win against South Africa. A very tricky game. If you've seen South Africa, it's not the first time, especially Algeria and South Africa. Even in is it World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, where they came to Nambola and also demolished us, both Algeria and Bafana. So they are a team that cannot be intimidated by crowd, other pressure and all that. We have to really be on our A game, especially if we are playing against South Africa, because the win will take us top of the group and depending on Algeria and all that. But we are most likely to qualify if we win against South Africa. and top the group, depending on what will happen between Algeria and either Niger. So it's that's why I want you to give me the coach's props, changes that really changed the game compared to the first game that we lost to Algeria. Mm. Mm. Your video is off. Yeah, okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm.
Say it is something exceptional. It doesn't so well. We are getting the defense. Yes,
But to be fair, that took Mutako really
yeah,
special. Now on top of that, the cross clear for it off the
true.
use keeper.
Yeah,
Just what wasn't seem bit vox so that I didn't really
against Niger,
hmm,
mm, against actually Giddy, we saw him as defenders. He would rush to them, scream to them as a quarter did.
hmm,
I'm like, this is the keeper now we need to see.
hmm,
Not the other Algeria keeper was so humble.
hmm,
Even Mole himself, as the coach, he was always because there's this thing we saw with Mole. The Algeria coach is standing up, commanding the team. For you, you're just putting your hands up like this as watching the game.
hmm,
You're not even talking to the players. But against these last two games, he was screaming, he was commanding. I would see Mohamed stand up, Mohamed scream,
hmm,
Mohamed command. Because you've seen Mohamed do those things
hmm,
at Vipers. And now he's doing the same things. Because for him, when you make a mistake as a player, he will scream at you.
hmm.
Yeah. And what next? You'll be like, okay, let me change and do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that Mahomes is not respectful as an assistant coach. Why does he have to come and also impact the coaching? Try to really spread out some tactics when the coach is on the touchline. But I think they have an understanding. I don't know why people took exception with that. Even you saw him with Ayala at
But we've
Villa.
seen,
Yeah.
hey, but we've seen him. We've seen coaches. We've seen a set piece coach of Arsenal stand up and command the team when Ateta
And
is on the
Ateta
pitch.
also chases him, but
So
yeah,
these are
it's
these are
part of
things.
it.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
No, that's football. That's football.
Yeah, for me, I like the fact that he gave he won he still had the trust with Achai. That left wing was killing us in the first game against Algeria, but Achai brought in stability. Then I like the fact that he was brave with um, Pande and Pande 2 games and he has delivered. I
Mm.
like the tactical change of Watambala. Watambala today is
That's yeah,
so
guy.
damning. Are you familiar with
Huh?
it?
How is my Watama been end of my can all be that team for that?
It will. I'll pose this question. Like Alan Okello is so efficient on the left. You've seen it in last games. Would you say
Yeah.
that Zambala will replace him as a 10, then Alan Kelly will play on the left with some level of free roll on the left because it's efficient.
I don't know. I
You
don't
see,
know.
we know him as a 10, but look at the games against screens. On the left is deadly, like
Mm,
beating the defender,
yeah.
creating. He can even create on the left, like coming inside and creating with
Mm,
those passes coming up. So there's also this news after the game yesterday. We heard that Enoch Sebagala picked out a knock, a groin. I saw him touch. I think it must be a groin.
mm, mm,
Then we also had Seren Joji. He's not going to be available for the game. I think it must be caution or something against South Africa. So that means the midfield is going to change completely. I had the
no, he has 2 yellow cards. So in the cup rules, he's supposed to miss 1 game. That means the midfield. Are you going to sing on into the team? Going to sing on into the team?
mm, are we going to
Are you going
see
to see?
changes in the team, like in the
We
midfield?
might no. In the midfield, of course, we might see Jude might come. Jude might come back into that midfield. Jude might come back as a typical 8 now, so that they can get a real striker. So you may end up seeing IMBC starting or Eunice. Yeah,
Mm. I would
because
love to
we need to have a
I'm thinking of
we need to have a
Kakande coming
midfielder into
in.
that team. But let me hope. Yeah, but let me hope Enoko's knock wasn't all that deadly. He can play against South Africa
Mm,
on Monday because we need him badly to that midfield. Because I was watching the South African team against Guinea.
mm.
Of course, they won the game 2-1, but in my head, I'm like, we can take down this guy. They're not all that strong.
Yeah, South Africa has
Yeah, because
yeah,
they won
yeah.
the game 2-1, but
Mm. I expected them to
yeah,
really
but the way
dominate Guinea, but
the
the
way
way
Guinea,
Guinea gave them a hard
you
time.
know,
Yeah, it was yeah,
dominated them.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
you know.
Hmm?
mm,
I was surprised how Guinea really took South Africa to the wire. But that is also a tricky one. So you're saying that Enoch Sebagala might beat his fitness and be available for the South African game, but
yeah,
Serenjoji
yeah.
is not
That's
available.
that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, Sanjay's not available. For him, he has 2 yellow cards, and now he's suspended for the 3rd game. When you get yellow cards in a tournament, you're
Mm.
suspended 1 game.
For me, I would risk. I would play. I haven't seen his fitness, but I would play Marvin Youngman there. If we don't have really,
Even him, yes.
eh?
Yeah, actually, there's that option as well.
Mm.
If he's fit, there's that option as
Yeah,
well.
you play
Yeah.
Marvin Youngman there, because I like the discipline of Serunjoji. You see me as he scores and all that, but his discipline, especially in the midfield there, is always he doesn't really. You don't see him really leaving that space. Yeah, those are the changes we expect from there. We're playing South Africa our next game. It's a must win. It's a must win for us to qualify. Our neighbors are flying so high, and they're all looking
Mm.
at us as the hosts who might not even leave the group. But as Uganda, we shall creep through. Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically that was what we had. Maybe your prediction for the game against South Africa, and maybe the changes you would hope really. Uh, the players would hope really to see them. I've seen Osama coming once in a while, but I haven't seen Nana
Yeah, I've seen
Ikriza
Osama. I've sin Nana. And actually, Nana also played in the game against
Niger.
Niger. He came in.
Mm,
Against the Guinea, he came in. He had a few minutes. Osama applies to Niger.
mm,
A few minutes. Ivan Ibisu, of course, we saw him.
mhm.
Uh, but in that team, I don't know. I don't like to do how they're going to assemble it. It's upon the coaches because Marvin hasn't been on the team
Mm.
sheet now 3 games in a row. Algeria, actually Algeria was on. He missed out on Guinea. He has missed out on Niger. He's not on the team sheet, which means he's injured. But let me hope by that time he'll be back and ready to deliver. You know.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if you're picking me. You kind of really went off, but I can see your
Mm.
images. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to basketball. There's a lot that is happening in the world of basketball, but let's start with the national team, the Silverbacks. Tonight in 1 hour they'll be playing against Senegal in their opener in the Afrobasketball in Angola. I don't know what you have there. You've really been following this team. The new entrants in the camp. Some players did not make it to the camp. Wainwright. I mean, there's a lot of changes in the tactics of the team. And give me your prediction and hopes for this team. Yeah.
Of course, with all this team is being set up now, they're trying to rebuild now. Different kind of silverbacks now, different team full of young lads, let me say 25 and below of age. We've seen new entrants in the camp, the likes of Jackson Monet, the likes of Nassif, you know. There's some new Mubiru Christophe as well is into the team, though he won't play. Though he won't play, we want to play our game. Of course, we have a new lead on the team. Robinson Opong is now the captain of the team. And of course, their first game is against Senegal. It's going to be the game is at 2 p.m. Ugandan time. Uh, and we're in Group D. In that Group D, we have Mali in there, we have Egypt in there. So all I can say is let's hope for the best from the team because they've had 10 days of training in South Africa and they're well prepared now, ready to go. Though you might see 10 players on the roster, not 12 players, you might see 10 players on the roster. But I wish them all the best because some of them is their first campaign at Afrobasket. The likes of Bale Fire, this is first real campaign at Afrobasket because he didn't play the Afrobasket last time. Joel Kaida as well did play last time. The experienced players in that team, of course, there's Komagom who was at this first Afrobasket, the first one. Deng has been there for some good time. Pong has been with us for 8 years. Ivan Moise the team for some good time as well, who plays for Namongo Blazers. So we are there and look for the best from the team. Wish them all the best and look for the best from the team.
Let me ask you this. We saw Wainwright not really make the team, and is one of our best perimeter shooter. Uh, he's also a good point guard. He's really good at driving play and possession if when we're really chasing leads. How will this affect the camp, and who is the suitable replacement for Wainwright? I saw I've heard you mention Money. I don't know whether he's really suitable. There's also
Yeah,
yeah.
is a young kid, is a young man who the parents are Ugandans, of course, but born in South Africa. He was on the roster earlier, but we couldn't use him because we wanted him to be naturally Ugandan, not naturalized, but naturally Ugandan. But with the issue of One White opting out at the last hour, they had no option. They had to bring in Jackson Money. He was the suitable replacement for Ish One White at that time. I've seen the highlights of him play. I've seen his height. I've seen what he can do on the floor through the different highlights I've seen. He's in college and, of course, he's not a bad player. He's a person average. He's over 20 points in a game. So I expect something different from him and bring the energy and the zeal to the team and they may end up going hard, against these different teams. I can't forget, of course, the youngest on the team being Rujete Joel, who who is just promoted, who was just promoted from under 18 now to the senior national team. We've seen what he can do on the floor, what he can do with the ball, how mature he is with that ball. So, literally speaking, the team isn't bad. I would say that though the new faces into the team, we used to face the team, and with this, let's just take it as Ugandans, we're now rebuilding a different team. Because our players who are so good are now kind of worn out. Because they are late 30s, they're kind of worn out. We need to see new faces within the team, not the old faces, like how it has always been. You look at that team of Nigeria itself. There is a who came back from the previous Afrobasket they played in Kigali, where we beat them. Only one player who came out, who came back. The rest are new. 11 players are new, different faces. So this is what we see as Uganda. We know about sometimes somehow the other player is injured and he can't go on the team, or he's unfit, or he hasn't reached that level of play. This season he hasn't delivered so well. So what next? They haven't picked him to go to be part of the team. So as Ugandans, we need to move on very fast. Be like, you know what? We are now getting a new team full of young lads who are below 25 years, and who are going to deliver. Let's give them that support, so that they can go ahead and do something on the floor.
Have they uh, what's the farthest we have gone in the Afro basketball as Uganda?
The quarterfinals last year, when we lost to Cape Verde.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So anyway, apart from from that, is there any player that you really believe that has been an addition to this squad, and you believe he will be bringing a lot, especially in the maybe at the paint,
Yeah.
some special
Yeah.
skills that we have
Okay.
as
All of them, all the players who are new will bring something different on the team. That's the truth. They'll bring something different to the team. And a good game from them in, let me say, in 45 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, as we left with the few minutes, give me your prediction uh, and the player that Ugandans should really be keeping an eye on, especially the new players that come on board.
Right now, I miss the point because the same we all to win our games. Of course, the leadership of Pong will be different because he's the most experienced player there, and they know what he can do on the floor. We've seen him in BL, we've seen him on national team as well. He's a player who won't disappoint you at any one moment. So I expect his leadership and his scoring ability, like how he points, because the person will give you 15
From
points in a
different
game.
places. Yeah.
So that's the player I'm looking forward to. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, as you close, also, I don't know if you have anything to do with the NBL. Last time we were here, we were worried about the playoff schedules, and I don't know if the league really had you and have tried to resolve the schedule, because we, as you said, you gave us something really scary with your statement, and you say that City Oilers might end up going for BAL if you don't have a champion by September.
Yeah, of course, they haven't yet scheduled the playoffs, but now we know which team is going to play
I saw the
which team is
fix.
going to play which team
Mm.
in the playoffs. Yeah, in the playoffs. Yeah, of course, right now, of course, Namok Blazers will take on Res Life. Jetty Jaguars will take on Oilers. Summit will take on KCCA. Then Kampa Rockets will take on ECU Cannons. That's for the many side. And of course, the playoffs, they haven't yet given us the fixture, but wait from the organizing committee of the league how they're going to do it. But I think they're going to use over three basketball courts. We might see them at Abuja Park. We might see them at YMCA and Lugoga as well, like on a Wednesday, on a Saturday, and on a what? And on a Sunday. So we might see crazy playoffs like when they're running the playoff surface. For the ladies side, of course, JT Jaguars will take on UPDF Lady Tomahawks. KCCL Leopards will take on Magic Stormers. Uh, JT Lady Jaguars will take on Miracle Eaglets. And then UC Lady Cannons will take on KIU Rangers. That's how it is for the ladies in the playoffs.
Wow. No, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, we want to thank you so much, Addison. We've tried to do two sports really. That's basketball and football, 30 minutes, and we've looked at it quite extensively. My as I close, also Addison close. My prediction against South Africa is uh is a 2-1. I am looking at Uganda winning 2-1. At best, would maybe at worst we'll do a 1-0 draw, but it's just a tricky game.
Mm.
I don't know your prediction for the Uganda Cranes against against Bafana on Monday, and also your hopes for the Silverbacks today in a few minutes from now.
All, all, all I want to see is just that win. I want to see is just that win, you know. All I want to see is just that win. I don't know how it's going to be, but I want to see that win. Even the Silverbacks, I wish them all the best, and I hope they win today because the team they're playing against is this hard team. It's one of the power houses in our continent. The team they assembled isn't a joke. I've seen a few players play at Bal, and they've won championships as well at Bal. So they have some of the good team, and I would say I wish them all the best. True, but I wish the Silverbacks and the Cranes all the best. To the
Okay.
viewers out there, thanks for watching the show, and please keep it up. We are here to give you all the sports updates you need in this world. And the Premier League is
Absolutely.
coming back on Friday, so we shall be talking more of that when we
Yeah.
come back again.
Yeah, we as also let me pass this. We're trying to schedule for Saturday morning, which is a very good time before the Premier League after a long week, so we can, if time permits, Hudson will
Yeah.
also be joining us every Saturday at 10 in the morning before
Mm.
his big show with Next Radio. So yeah, we're trying to really schedule these things so that it can suit us very well. We thank you so much. Thank you for watching Hot Tech. We do this weekly Tuesday and now Saturday. Until next time, from me, ciao.